On October 24, 2009, a 15-year-old female student from Richmond High School was gang raped by a large group of young men. Roughly 10 young men from the age of 15 to 19 sexually assaulted her for more than 2 hours. The girl was leaving her homecoming dance and was waiting for a ride from her dad outside. Meanwhile, a classmate invited her to join a drinking group in the courtyard. The girl joined and had already drunk a large amount of alcohol by the time the assault began. She was robbed, raped, beaten, dehumanized, and was left lying under a bench. During the dance, there were 4 police present, and none of which were controlling the area where the girl was raped. Nearly 24 people saw the rape and failed to report it.
Police are also saying there could be as many as 7 actual rapists in this case. The police say some people actually walked by and participated in this crime. No one called police, and to make matters even worse, authorities are telling us that some of these people may have recorded this entire rape on their cell phone.
This incident had a huge impact on people all over the country.
Do you know what the definition of sexual violence is?
I don't know the specific definition.
The definition of sexual violence, I'm very unsure.
Sexual abuse, sexual assault.
It means that people getting harassed, people getting raped.
Sexual violence is a range of actions from sexual harassment to rape.
So most acts of sexual violence happens between you and someone else that you know. And so the thought that any of my male friends would even think about doing that or even be, I don't know, it's just weird because, right, they're supposed to be your friends, but you're like, oh, X number or whatever the statistic is says that it's going to be someone that you know, that you're close to.
2/3 of rapes are committed by someone known to the victim.
And I think that's the frightening part. It's not so much, random guy on the street.
Females are not the only victims of sexual violence. In 2003, 1 in 10 rape victims were male.
Every 2 minutes, someone in the United States is sexually assaulted.
Every 2 minutes?
Yeah.
That's very, I did not know that. Devastating, I didn't even know every 2 minutes. I would believe that it was every day, or no, not even every day, every 2 days or something.
Do you know what the definition of sexual harassment is?
Sexual harassment, when anybody gets touched in an inappropriate area or said inappropriate things to.
Damn, I have no idea what I'm about to do for this weekend. Shit, it sounds good right now.
This old ass man. Hey baby, what's up? Can I get your number? What? Oh yeah, that's what I like.
Hey.
Hey, what's up with it? Hey, what's up? Hi. Well, I've been checking you out. What's up, man? But what's wrong with you?
Do you know what the definition of rape is?
When somebody is forced to have sexual intercourse.
Rape refers to any sexual intercourse without a person's consent. Rape includes instances where sex is physically forced and or against a person's will, and or occurs while a person is incapable of giving consent. It includes forced oral, anal, or vaginal penetration with a foreign object.
So what consent really means is words or actions by someone who is old enough and has the ability to agree to sex or sexual contact. Someone who is not able to give consent is someone who is too young, someone who is too ill, someone who has the disability that prevents them from knowing the consequences of their actions, someone who is asleep, and even someone who is under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Someone who is not able to refuse is someone who has sex because they were physically threatened or have been intimidated or pressured.
Do you know what to do if your friend experiences an incident of sexual violence?
No, I don't think I would know what to do. I think I would be more in a stuck mode, oh my god, because it's something unbelievable, you won't. hard to believe.
So I'll probably just tell them to calm down. I would want to hear what's going on step by step so that I can know how to help them. Maybe I should tell them to consult their family, whoever they feel next of kin should be, and probably to put it down on paper, like with the police, so that that can be documented and so that it can get handled the right way.
This is what you should do if a friend of yours has been sexually assaulted or raped.
Encourage your friend to seek medical attention and offer to go with them.
Allow them to make their own decision of whether to report or not. Be supportive of their decision. If they do want to report, make sure to keep the evidence. Don't take a shower, don't wash clothes, and keep any evidence of where the incident happened.
Tell your friend it's not their fault. It's always the perpetrator's fault.
Offer resources to your friends if you can. They need the support.
Everything started when I was 8 years old. He would play in a sexual manner. He would pull me into his lap. I told my mom and she didn't do anything about it. It still continued and I didn't speak up because my mom wouldn't do anything about it. I started being scared to be home alone with him. I told a friend at school and her mom convinced me to tell my mom. When I did, she kicked him out. 2 months later, he was back in the house. My mom wouldn't leave me alone with him. I started school at a new middle school. I didn't care much about school. My teachers would be rude and mean. I got straight F's through the school year. I made 3 friends until the end of the year. When I would get out of the shower, he would always try to look at me. He started going into my room at night and tried touching me. This would happen for a while. He played with my cousins like this, so we told an older cousin. My cousin told my mom and she kicked him out again. 12 years old. I started a new school year. He started writing notes on the mirror of the bathroom and the steam would make the words come up. I didn't say anything because I knew my mom wouldn't do anything about it. I felt betrayed. I was still messing up at school. He would pick me up and would always want to touch me. One day, he didn't get on the freeway and he went into a dark street and I think he was going to try to rape me, so I got out of the car. Then we drove back home. I told her friend and she told her mom and her mom told mine. But I didn't tell my mom what had happened in the dark street. He left the house for good. 13 years old. He would go visit my brother and pick him up. One day he told me he couldn't see his pictures in his phone and if I could fix it. He had a video of himself masturbating and he wanted me to watch it. 14 years old. I moved to another middle school. I didn't have any problems with him. He would be at my house every day. He didn't do anything, but by the way he looked at me explained something else. My mom found out she was pregnant and we had no contact with him throughout all pregnancy. My sister was born in November. – 15 years old. I had my quinceañera and my mom made me dance with him. He went to my quince and played it off like nothing had happened. He kept going to my house. Nothing happened, but he kept going. 16 years old. I got tired of everything, so I spoke out. I told a friend. I spoke to a police officer. I got interviewed. He got interviewed and was arrested in March of 2010. Now I need to go to court. I met the district attorney, Jimmy and Jennifer. They both are helping me so I could feel comfortable going to court and speaking out with the judge. Now that my mom knows the whole situation with how many years he's gonna get, she has been starting to be mean and rude. I argue with her a lot. After everything that has happened, she still goes and visits him every Thursday and Saturday. Yeah, I'll babysit, but she still bugs me about everything I do. I applied to help out and get trained as a peer helper, but I was too young. But maybe I can start next year as a rape crisis counselor. The feelings that go behind all this is just stressful and helpless. You feel that there's no one that's gonna believe you. You're terrified to speak the truth because you think that person might hurt you. You feel guilty of everything, you hate yourself, and you wish you would die. You start caring less and less about everything. When you get yelled at or in trouble, it doesn't bother you anymore. You start doing things to get someone else's attention so you could at least feel loved. Now I can't trust men completely. I feel like they mostly put up a certain image of them being caring, but still all lies. All I can do now is let the past go and do all that I can do to prevent this from happening.
Resources for victims of sexual violence. In case of an emergency, call 911. National Sexual Assault Hotline 1-800-656-HOPE. National Sexual Assault Online Hotline RAIN.org. The online hotline works just like an instant message. Now here are some local resources to help you out. The Wright Institute. Phone number 510-269-9030. Website wi.edu. La Clínica de la Raza, Casa del Sol Mental Health Department. 1501 Fruitvale Avenue, Oakland, California 94601. Phone number 510-535-6200. Website www.laclinica.org. BAYWAR, Bay Area Women Against Rape. Hotline 510-845-7273. Website www.baywar.org. The West Coast Children's Center, Oakland main office located in Oakland's Fruitvale Village next to Fruitvale Bar Station. 3301 East 12th Street, Suite 259, Oakland, California 94601. Phone number 510-269-9030. Website www.westcoastcc.org.